When the film adaptation of 2017 to depict Ghost in the Shell was shown in international theaters, there were immediate aspects of criticisms of it or for it in relation to the changes made to the original 1989 manga and now the iconic 1995 animated film. There were clear concerns on potential optimisms, but the speculative scenario is this: that time when Ghost in the Shell 2017 adapted the water scene from Ghost in the Shell 1995. When the adaptation from 1995 originally aired in Japan, it was actually received quite neutrally by the Japanese public due to its then slightly modernized interpretation of the 1989 manga, which was then released just a number of years previously. Changes had to be made to showcase the late 1980s manga for a mid-1990s animation, as the water fighting scene was a largely improvised occurrence and is now considered to be one of the greatest scenes ever depicted from a Japanese animation. When the film adaptation from 2017 was shown in theaters, it received a good amount of praises as well as criticisms from casual or serious audiences, or even critics. But ironically, most of the criticism came from those who had placed too much emphasis on the 1995 scene, on that the improvisations from the 2017 depiction were considered updated or too different from the original 1995 scene. Further criticisms had opinions that the scene from 2017 did what was possible in reference to casual audiences, and to pander too much to anime viewers would alienate audiences, so particular changes in terms of scenery or choreography were unavoidable. Discussions had that the reason why the scene from the 1995 anime feature was so iconic and pivotal for modern Japanese animation had that the scene displayed what Makoto could or would do to opponents, and the circumstances of such were for viewers to get an impression of the character with Makoto as to what she could do or could not do for the entire movie. That scene was one of the first fights to have been depicted, and arguably the most important for the overall scope for that feature. The fight let it be known that Makoto didn't end their confrontation as soon as she could have necessarily from a tactical perspective. She belittled her opponent and clearly displayed an aspect of power and control within the fight. This was important for viewers because it displayed that for all of the technological advances, there is still the human instinct to intimidate or even dominate others. It's further implied that the human aspect of dominance is reinforced when Bato appears and stands with the Major, as it is mentioned by the both of them about the particular weakness of the person that the Major had stopped. The 2017 scene had the Major quickly disarm the individual without necessarily injuring them at all. None of the exact symbolism of meanings or presentation by actions are there for audiences to understand or assume, as all that was shown in that movie were basic facts and nothing much else. Further opinions had the original scene being colorful and contrasting from the Major to the assailant and even to the setting that the both of them were shown in. Compare those to that of the individual on the Major, and even to the dull and depressing setting that both of them were depicted in with the film. While the 1995 seemed clearly defined, the 2017 was not, due to how receptions or lack of receptions were from the 2017 live-action film when based on the original 1995 anime. This particular scene was explained by analysts or even historians as to how or why the film was considered to be an outright failure.